Preston come through the centre now with McKenna trying to turn the shot on goal. Whaley tries to pick it up. Foley can pick hold of the ball and play it through the centre to Brunt. Brunt plays it out wide to Bullen. Bullen with support in front of him, plays a good ball forward, and he's got round the back here, right-footed, over the head of Carlo Nash, and it's Sheffield Wednesday who take the lead. Is it? No, the flag is up, and away and celebrating to our right, Brunt was, but the flag was up. And now they have a corner worked in towards the centre. Header comes in, it's crossed the middle, and into the back of the net. I'm not sure whether it's an own goal or whether it's just come off Chilvers in the middle. Have they taken the lead, or has that been disallowed for shoving in the centre? I think it has. Yeah, disallowed for pushing and shoving. May have indeed been a handball for Chilvers. Well, frustration again for Preston.
Norwich with the throw in. Then attacking, trying to win the ball. Ricochets away out to the left-hand side. North End with plenty of players in the box. Norwich players just arriving. Played into the area. Oh, what a mix-up in the North End area. Well, it was Sean St Ledger who tried to clear that ball away so it wouldn't get through to Earnshaw. And the ball just caught the outside of his right boot. Carlo Nash had no chance at all with that one. Plays the ball out to the right-hand side. Norwich looking for a second goal. The ball played inside. Earnshaw. Oh, what a finish! What a finish by Earnshaw. That really was a goal of quality. Still hasn't been a chance on goal. Wolves getting away down the right-hand side. Oh, this is a good run. The ball inside the area. Players waiting for the cross ball play. Oh, Boothroyd with a wonderful finish. Well, he left Chilvers for absolute dead with cutting it from the touchline. And then the Preston North End defenders, I think, expected Boothroyd to play the ball across, but he found the gap between Carlo Nash and the post. Ball delivered in. The keeper just comes for it, doesn't get a touch. Comes to St Ledger, gets in a shot. Nugent. Oh, what a finish by David Nugent. That really was a goal, but has the referee given it? Wolves are claiming a free kick. Referee very animated. What is he given? Still looks as though he may have given a free kick. Players surrounding the referee. And the goal has been given. David Nugent has scored for Preston North End. It really was a lovely corner kick played in from the right-hand side by Pugh. The big men had gone forward for North End, and the goalkeeper commits himself. He doesn't get there. The ball comes away. St Ledger gets in a shot, but then it's helped on to Nugent, and a wonderful finish by the Preston North End striker. Really did get hold of it. So North End and Wolves still locked at 1-1, a match which really could go either way. Very, very tired players out there, I can tell you. It's Wolves in possession. And North End win it back with David Nugent just outside the area. Nugent tricks in, gets in a shot. Oh, what a finish by Nugent! That really was a trademark goal by the Preston striker. There was absolutely nothing on. It was a wonderful, wonderful bit of play by Nugent. When he gets this ball, he wins it himself. And there are 4 players around him, and he just leaves them all for dead, and then that wonderful left-footed finish into the bottom corner. Wolves midway inside their own half, not really troubling Preston North End in an attacking capacity. North End still need that third goal just to take the pressure off. Just such a slender lead. Now it's Simon Whaley with a run at the defence. Whaley cuts inside. Oh, what a finish by Whaley, and that really is game, set and match for Preston North End. Simon Whaley, final kick in 90 minutes. It was a wonderful, wonderful strike, beautifully engineered. He took the ball on as calm as you like, really kept us cool, and a little bit of change of foot before hammering the ball wide of the keeper. And that really sets up 3 points for Preston North End. Just look at this finish. So 1-0 to 1 Preston. 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 1-0 to
eventually the corner kick will be taken. It as is, left-footed outswinger, heads go up, maybe a chance for Ainsworth, and that's as a touch from Gareth Ainsworth, 6 yards out, and that's the worst possible start as far as Preston North End are concerned. Chance gone for Preston, but they have possession again through Neil on that left-hand side, who continues to prompt and probe and puts the ball in. Header comes in! Goal for Preston North End! Paul McKenna with the header! It was Lewis Neil, the substitute, with the inch-perfect cross, and it was Paul McKenna with the downward header. This time QPR can do nothing about it, and Paul McKenna has got the equaliser for North End. You've got to say the chance has been coming for some considerable time with the pressure that North End have, and that is a huge relief.
But just look at that rain. The players out there getting absolutely saturated. We've had everything except a goal. Now we've got the goal. Port Vale have taken the lead. Nobody at all picked up Soji, the big Nigerian, in the pouring rain of Vale Park. Just bowls the ball away. It's Pugh coming away for North End. Time continuing to run away, but Sedgwick coming forward. The rain has stopped as the ball is played into the edge of the area. Just won't sit down for Whaley, but he plays a beautiful ball in. That's the equaliser. Really was another goal of quality by Simon Whaley, and it's becoming a habit for this young man. It's very, very nicely engineered. Sedgwick just held the ball up, played it into the edge of the area. Whaley controlled it. Defender hesitated, and then it really was a wonderful finish. The ball cleared away downfield. Ball just breaking clear to the edge of the box. Slammed in. Still the danger, but Port Vale managed to get that ball away up towards the halfway line. Soji getting away from his marker. Soji looking for the second goal. The ball played inside. A chance now for Constantine, and he puts that ball away. So Constantine just wheels away in the pouring rain of Vale Park. There's the celebration. The corner kick to the Saints. Ball delivered in towards the Raziak. Oh, what a header from the Southampton striker. Not a goalkeeper in the world would have kept that one out 2 minutes before the break. It was a lovely corner kick and a flying header from Raziak. Southampton with this slender one-goal lead. Ball pushed inside to Pugh. Defenders back off. Whaley cuts inside. That's a free kick. It's in an inside left channel as North End will look at it. Simon Whaley. Can he find a way through? Oh, that ball's gone into the net in instalments, but a dreadful, dreadful mistake by the goalkeeper. Simon Whaley again on the score sheet for Preston North End. But really, this is all down to a dreadful error from the keeper. Whaley really gets hold of it. It goes through the red and white wall, and the keeper appears to have gathered it, and then it runs through his legs.
And the wall that was set up in front of your free kick, they did a good job in creating some space to get that ball through, and then you got that bit of luck you needed to get through Davies's legs.
Yeah, Grezzo and Deesh stood on the end. They managed to break the wall up, and I don't know what the keeper's done now after I've looked on the tele there on, but got a bit of luck for it to go in.
North End attacking over halfway through. Simon Whaley. North End 0, Cardiff City 0. Minded both sides are down to 10 men. Chris Sedgwick in the middle of the park. You can hear the shouts of the North End fans. Plays it through to Patrick Agyemang, turning inside the penalty area. Agyemang! Goal for Preston North End! 3 minutes into the second half, he turned inside the penalty area and he struck it wide of Neil Alexander into the bottom right-hand corner. North End have the lead. Agyemang's probably first touch. It's Preston North End 1, Cardiff City 0.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, yeah, decent playing well. What do I know? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Patrick Agyemang with the goal end for Preston North End. Header on. Chopra, signed from Newcastle, can't get the the ball back, and North End this time can't clear. Pumped back in by Kevin McNaughton into the penalty area. Chance here for Cardiff, and they've equalised straight away. And I think it's Michael Chopra. The ball fell at his feet and he's buried into the roof of the net. And Cardiff have it back within 4 minutes of North End taking the lead. Out towards his right hand side, towards Sedgwick. Sedgwick with the ball at his feet will look to take on the defender, will go right, will take the ball to the byline, brings it back, chance of the far post for Danny Pugh! Goal for Preston North End. Danny Pugh with the goal for North End to the far post. Great work on this right hand side. Ball played across and Pugh nestled into the back of the net. North End with the lead for the second time. Preston North End 2, Cardiff City 1. Great cross, great header, great goal.
You've been talking about Patrick in the last couple of weeks, saying how impressive he's been in the last 2 games, and we saw out there today just how impressive he can be.
Oh, he's an absolute monster when he wants to be. He causes all sorts of problems. He's got pace and power. He's direct, and that was what his goal was all about. There's not many people, or probably nobody else in the club, who could make that much space for his goal from a standing start as he did, and then we just wanted that finish from him, and today, pleasingly, he did it. Danny
Pugh also getting his first competitive goal for you, and you must be pleased with his influence on the game.
Yeah, I thought Danny was very, very workmanlike. He's not a winger, he's a midfield player, but he does that job well. And I've been saying all the time that I think he can get goals from coming in at that far post and getting his head on things. And luckily he's got that big thatch on top of his head that managed to just cushion it into the back of the net.
But it comes towards Sedgwick, just tries to thread it through. It goes down, Sedgwick. Jaw! What an overhead kick by Patrick Agyemang, and absolutely nothing. The ball inside the penalty area. Spectacular overhead bicycle kick. He scored on Saturday. That's even more spectacular. Bottom corner, North End rise. Patrick Agyemang with a goal. What a superb strike, the deadlock broken. Albion can't believe it. 32 minutes of the second half gone. Agyemang with a goal. North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Arise Patrick Agyemang.
All I can say is, oh my word, that is an unbelievable overhead kick. You will not see a better goal than that tonight.
Pat, have you scored a better goal than that?
Probably when I was about 15, 16, yeah. But yeah, it was a great goal, you know. I don't remember how far out it was, but I just remember just catching it perfectly, and then next minute see it, hit the back of the net.
Created a chance so far in this one. There may not be many for them. Billy Davis knows all about Preston North End's play, but it's Derby County coming forward into the area. Oh, that will be a penalty, no doubt at all about it. St Ledger pleads his innocence, but the referee, no doubt at all. Spot kick, St Ledger just pulls off, and there it is, the lunging challenge, and Graham Alexander makes no appeal at all. Howard with this penalty, and put away beautifully 2 minutes before the break. So it's Derby County on their own ground who take the lead. Played forward. North End dearly like to get back on level terms before the break, but it's Derby who are looking for a second goal. St Ledger just slams that ball away. North End battled for it, but it's Derby County coming forward once again. Howard just outside the area, jinking and weaving. Too many yellow shirts around him, and Sedgwick just lifts the ball forward, headed away into the middle of the park. It's Pugh for North End, leaves the ball behind, regains it, gets it into the path of Whaley. Matt Hill providing the overlap. Ball just pushed back. Now inside to Sedgwick. What can North End make of this one? Transferring play from left to right, out to the right-hand side. Paul McKenna battling for the ball, looking for some support. Plays it inside. Alexander gets in the cross. Ball drops away. Pugh wins it just outside the area. Oh, and what a finish by Pugh. That really was a goal of sheer quality. McKenna played the ball into Graham Alexander, and Alexander just, well, he had a look up. He tried to pick out someone in that crowded area. The ball was partially cleared, and Pugh does well to win it. controls it well, and the most delicate of left foot shots.
As you say, Pugh putting the tackle in there and the ball forward, finding man on the far side, not offside. Devaney's in the centre. If he can find him, Hayes, that's poor, as he should have either found the target or his strike partner on the right-hand side. But Preston just caught napping there on the far side. It was touch and go as to whether it was offside for Hayes coming forward. But referee didn't see it that way. Let play go on, and good opportunity for the visitors. Now Preston have got a break with red shirt still committed forward. Right-footed ball in towards the centre. Manoni makes an absolute nightmare of it. It comes back out, bounces off Ajuman and into the back of the goal. And as a keeper that's come on trying to prove something after one of your colleagues has been sent off, that is not what you want to see. He punches the ball, it bounces off Ajuman and into the back of the goal.
Stoke City try once again. North End having a little bit of difficulty getting out of their own half so far. Ball played into Fuller, a chance for him. Oh, and he did that so very, very well. Reminiscent of his days at Preston North End. How often did we see Ricardo Fuller put goals away like that? Absolutely delighted. From North End, trailing by 1-0. They really have struggled to create chances here this afternoon. Fuller again, just outside the box. Good interception. Paul McKenna just clips the ball away to Sedgwick. Sedgwick controls it well. Adjumang's made a very good run through the middle of the park. He takes it in his stride. Has he got the finish? He certainly has. A wonderful, wonderful strike. And just look at that celebration. But that was all down to a link-up between McKenna and Sedgwick. It really was a goal of quality. Just look at this build-up. Sedgwick just looks up, sees Adjumang taking off. The ball played forward. Adjumang takes it in his stride and just clips it as calm as you like over the keeper.
You know, if you can keep it tight at the back, we've got players in this side who can score, and we saw it again with Patrick today.
Exactly. I mean, he took it brilliantly. It came onto him and he took it the outside of his foot and then chipped the goalkeeper, and it went in, so brilliant. I mean, they would have, I don't know what the manager would have said if it hadn't have gone in, but no, he took it brilliantly and he's a very good player.
Good tackle by Danny Pugh to win it back in the middle of the park. Bit of space now for Pugh, looking to take on Noseworthy. It goes left, he's driven a little bit too far left. He has support, finds it from Paul McKenna. McKenna infield to Chris Sedgwick, looking to a bit of space to try and get the shot on goal. Really out towards Alexander. Alexander with the cross into the penalty area. Chance for Danny Dichio! Goal for Preston North End. The cross from the right-hand side. And Danny Dichio, completely unmarked, no more than 6 yards out, has headed Preston North End into the lead. 17 minutes gone at Deepdale. Preston North End 1. Sunderland 0. Danny Dichio will be delighted to score that one. 29 minutes gone, Preston North End 1, Sunderland 0. Alexander with a free kick, which the ball, and Dichio again gets a header, gets a touch, bouncing down, Nugent brings it down, he tries to turn away from Noseworthy, just for a second it thought as if he was held, that's surely a penalty. Noseworthy brings down Simon Whaley, and that's a penalty to Preston North End. Not a shadow of a doubt about it. Ball on the spot. Referee making sure everybody's back. Alexander sacks up his attempt now, steps up now. Right footed, strikes it, saved by the keeper, but it's gone over the line. That's the goal for North End. Alexander will be just delighted. The keeper got a touch. He couldn't hold it out. And North End extend their lead to 2-0. Already, Finney side 2-0 behind. North End 4th in the table and 3 points this afternoon will play it through, and chance here with David Nugent. The ball's played through, he's gone round the keeper. Still David Nugent inside the penalty, looking to finish it. Oh, I think he's coming off an own goal at the end. The ball was played back across. It's 3-0 Preston North End. Nugent got the better of it, and it was a sliding tackle that came in. I think that will go as an own goal. Easy chance. Spring around Deepdale. Dicchio with a flick on. Good control by Nugent. Lays it off to Simon Whaley. Here comes North End again. Whaley tries an effort. Oh, what an effort from Simon Whaley along the ground. Didn't look to have power in it, but he had the right direction. Wide of the keeper. And Simon Whaley has made it 4-0 to Preston North End. And chance of easy ring around Deepdale. Lawrence with the corner for Sunderland. Ball swung in, header, goal for Sunderland. They've got a goal back. Stanislav Varga with the header.
Ball launched forward by Lewis Prince towards the edge of the Preston box, and there's a challenge gone in the centre, and that's a clumsy challenge indeed, and Matt Hill could be in trouble here. The referee is having a good look at it. Appeals from the Preston players. There was certainly a foot in there. Did he take the ball? It doesn't appear so from the replay. And the referee, no hesitation. So Mackin from the spot against his former club, and no mistake either. It's the ball inside from Jamie Peters. And good build-up play here from Ipswich. Legwinski brings it through the middle, and he's got a ball down the left-hand side. Legwinski still on the edge of the area, but it's a chip ball into the centre. There's the header, and there's the second. Alan Lee on 37 minutes makes it Ipswich Town 2, Preston North End 0. Nash launches the ball forward. Nugent again, and he could have got in here on the back for Sudge, and it's a lifeline for Preston North End. David Nugent causing problems at the back for the defence, and nips in and makes it Ipswich 2, Preston North End 1. Game on. It's the header back, and Nugent read it all the way. A good right-footed effort first time, and no mistake from the Preston North End goal poacher. Now Preston, can they find a way back in to level things? A good ball in, and that's a great header, and that's the equaliser. A superb effort from the unlikeliest of heroes. Liam Chilvers popping up and heading past the keeper, and 3 points are still within their grasp. A great ball in, a deep one into the centre. Chilvers rose, and a great header. It's play on as Alan Lee picks up possession, causing some problems through the centre, but dealt with at the end. And again, Preston can come away. Simon Whaley bringing forward Preston North End, and the impetus is with them now after going 2-2. Whaley from distance. Oh, what a goal from Simon Whaley! And that is deserving of 3 points from distance. Simon Whaley could have grabbed the winner for Preston North End. Again, a marauding run from the Preston youngster, and a great right-footed effort. All the way back to Sam Ricketts at the back for Hull. He plays it down that left flank. It comes in from Alexander. It's picked up by Elliott, who can play the ball into the centre. And Hull City have the ball in the edge of the area, knocked forward by Fagan. Alston trying to get underneath it. And there's the flick on by Sedgwick. Dicchio brings the ball down. And the big Preston striker lays the ball down the left side for Danny Pugh. Pugh turning, lays it off, finds Matt Hill. He plays the ball back towards the edge of his own area, and there's Liam Chilvers to knock it across the other side of the pitch, and Sean St Ledger will bring it forward towards the halfway line. So first foray into Hull's half, and it's a long ball looking for Nugent. Nugent battling away, he's got hold of it, he lays it off. There's Whaley who mishits it, but he falls to Dicchio, who pokes it into the back of the goal, and an immediate start for Preston North End. What a fantastic beginning for this for PNE. A superb break down the right-hand side. Nugent did well to hold on to the ball. He pulled it back into the centre. There was a fluff from Whaley, but Danny Dicchio poked the ball home. Preston have the lead. Preston 1, Hull City 0. Ball out wide. Sedgwick wants it. Whaley holds it up. Down by the corner flag. Cuts it back in. It's a good cross that. And in the centre is Dicchio for his second. And what a game Dicchio is having. Not content with some great defence at times, he's also scored for a second time here. Preston have a 2-goal lead. A cushion created by the second goal for Danny Dicchio. And it's 3 in 2 home games for the big Preston striker. Out wide to Mills. Mills plays it forward and he's down the far side. Running in towards the centre now, but it's over his head. In towards Elliott, who brings it down. There's a right-footed effort and falls on the far side. Great save by Nash, but then knocked into the back of the net. And Hull City have pulled one back.
The gaffer said it was a precision ball by Simon Whaley. I wouldn't really see it like that, but not many have broken for you in the box like that, have they?
No, that's what I mean. That's when you know you're having a little bit of a purple patch and a little bit of luck in the box where kind of a ricochet lands at your feet and you just got to snap it up. You've only got that second to take it and manage to put it in. So I'm glad that luck's kind of getting around my feet at the moment and I'm willing to take it.
Would it be fair to say that the second of yours was a typical Danny Dichio goal?
Yeah, I mean, I just managed to get over the defender and try and power it in, and Simon's putting a cross from out of nowhere. He's putting a great ball. I thought the keeper was going to come for it, he didn't, and I just managed to get above my defender. So I was happy with it when it went in, and more importantly, after the game, I was happy because it got us the 3 points.
Jensen's ball forward towards the edge of the area. Still no score here. Still a tight and nervy affair. Alexander forced back and he's forced into a mistake as well, unusually for him, as the ball is played into the centre. And Burnley with an opportunity here. Preston scrabbling to get it away, and they couldn't do. And Burnley take the lead through James O'Connor. Preston then coming back into this game. Can they force an equaliser against their local rivals? Poke forward, headed down in the centre, comes back out, and there's a good effort, and there's the equaliser from Simon Whaley. And more often than not, when you need Johnny on the spot, Simon Whaley's there to grab something, and he has forced the ball home. It's 1-1. It was a great build-up from Preston, nodded down, and Whaley was there, Burnley marking, it didn't pick him up. He was a loose man on the edge of the area, and it's the third time we've seen an effort from the edge of the box for Preston this evening, and this time no mistake from Simon Whaley, and you can see what it means to Paul Simpson. McKenna with the corner into the centre. Oh, and chance here for Ormerod. Ormerod scores, and Preston have done it again. They've turned the game on its head. Brett Ormerod forcing the ball home from a set piece. It's Burnley 1, Preston North End 2, and all of a sudden this game is turned on its head in the space of 3 minutes. The corner, a deep one into the centre, not dealt with at all. It fell to Ormerod, and Ormerod poked it home. No mistake from 6 yards. It's Preston taking the lead at Turf Moor, and how much does that mean to North End fans? Bouncing around in the centre, but never dealt with by Burnley, and Ormerod, second chance, pokes it home. And there's a man under pressure. Ball into the centre, still not cleared away by Preston. Is there another twist in this tale this evening? Comes back out and still not cleared away as the ball is taken off the toe of Ormerod. It's a right-footed cross into the centre, and it's headed home, and it's an own goal from Sean St Ledger, and he was trying to get his head in the way, and he's forced it past Carlo Nash. There are claims in the centre from Sinclair, but it's not going to count for him. It's St Ledger, the ball knocked into the back, and well, Sean St Ledger, misery for him and misery for Preston fans who thought that they could get away with a win there. And it looks like it's going to finish all square as Preston are pinned back once more. Opportunity for them here as they come forward. Burnley can come away, and the last thing they want to do now, Preston, is surrender the 3 points to no points. They're having to settle for one at the moment, but Burnley coming away. Sinclair again with the ball forward. He caused problems with the ball into the centre for the own goal, and Burnley full of confidence once more. They're probing, looking for the third. It's a ball into the centre, and Gray has scored. Gray has done it in the last minute. Gray on 89 minutes has forced the ball home. To Nash, who can play it away left-footed, manages to do so. Down this right flank it goes. Bit of defending, Kelly doesn't do particularly well there, and Pugh and Nugent down the left-hand side, can they exploit that? They can, with Nugent cutting in, playing a good right-footed ball. There's Dichio, and there's a great goal for Preston North End. A fantastic ball from the left-hand side from David Nugent, and Dichio nubs in his fourth in 3 3 home games. It's Preston 1, Leeds United 0.
Fantastic play there by Danny Pugh. Great ball to Nugent. Nugent turning Gary Kelly. Great ball. I said if we keep putting the ball in the box, then we're going to get a chance. The Decho's on the end of that, and in off the post, there was no chance there for, as you've called him tonight, the pumpkin. Decho and Nugent will be absolutely thriving on the crosses we've had so far, because the quality's been really good so far.
So the Graham Stack, dubbed the pumpkin, launches the ball forward. It's in his fantastically coloured kit. It is Halloween after all. Ball down the right-hand side, and look at the pace of Nugent cutting into the centre. He got it on the front post, he's got support in the middle, and it's knocked into the back of the net. And Preston have 2-goal lead here. I think it was Pugh coming through the centre who's just missed sight at the last moment. But Preston have a 2-goal lead, and it is all too easy for the home side.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, as we said, when you get a goal, the 5 minutes between the goal is so important. And as Leeds have just shown now how vulnerable they are, but what a run from Nugent. Absolutely unbelievable pace against Butler. And he's picked his man out here, waiting for him in the Midland. Great finish, and that's 2-0. Great start for us.
I don't want to put the mockers on proceedings, but they haven't really looked like gifting anything to the visitors, and it would have to take something, I think, catastrophic, because Leeds have been lacking in ideas. No real shake-up of the formation as I can see from the visitors in the second half. I thought myself they might take more off and change it around a little bit, but Preston come away down the right-hand side in the meanwhile. As Alexander plays a great ball through the legs of the Leeds defender in towards the centre from Whaley, and turned into the back of the net by that man David Nugent, who is on fire. He's set up 2, and now he's converted the 3rd, and that's what we were talking about. A great start to the second half. Preston lead by 3 goals to 0, and that was just what Preston wanted, Neil.
Yeah, as we said at half-time, we were talking about Nugent's involvement with both goals, and we said that he deserved the goal, and I didn't think he'd score it as early as that, but absolutely brilliant work again from side down the right, and just great ball across, and he's just touched it in the right place at the right time, as all good strikers do. What a great start, absolutely delighted.
Preston trying to get hold of the ball as Leeds take it from the left in towards the centre, and then switch flanks to the right hand side to bring the ball over the halfway line. Derry has it in the middle, plays it again back down this left flank for Lewis. Lewis with support in front of him, finds his man outside him on this left side in Creswell. Creswell getting a less than warm welcome from Preston fans all evening. He's back towards the far post, and there is a goal from former Preston favourite David Healy to make it Preston 3, Leeds 1. Leeds have had more possession in this second half. They don't really deserve to get that goal. And white shirts are lined in the centre. It's towards that far post, and Graham Stack collects reasonably comfortably in the end, although white shirts were lingering around him. Ball forward. Hill gets underneath it, heads it away, but Preston have it in Blake rather. Blake cutting in towards the edge of the box. It was a good tackle, as Neil Mellor pointed out, from Graham Alexander. Whaley with 2 white shirts in the centre finds the first in Paul McKenna, and he plays it across towards that far side. Nugent's out wide, Dickio's in the centre. Lewis Neal's shot takes a deflection, and into the back of the net it goes. It wasn't deliberate, but he won't care. It's 4-1, and Neal's deflected shot re-establishes that 3-goal lead. Preston 4, Leeds 1, and Neil, well, a little bit of luck, but it will certainly ease fears of a nervous last 10 minutes here at Deepdale.
Deserve that, and like you said earlier on in the game, really, if you don't shoot, you don't score. So he's had a pop, and we've had a bit of a lucky deflection, but we've definitely deserved that. 2
great assists early on, and then to score a goal as well, you must be delighted.
I was involved in every goal. I set the first 2 up, I scored a goal. But I'm a bit of I'd rather be a team player, as well, just not scoring goals. I've done both tonight, so I'm pretty happy.
Now Nugent can get round the back, a slip by Barnett has let Nugent in, he tumbles down, and no mistake this time. And will Beresford leave the pitch? Yes, he will. Beresford is dismissed. Preston have a penalty. And well, that's how quickly games can change. David Nugent is let in by a slip from Barnett, and racing through, he's brought to the ground by Marlon Beresford. Retreats to the edge of the area. Mr. Webster is satisfied things can get back underway. Preston have a penalty. Graham Alexander steps up and sticks it into the back of the net. His second penalty of the season, his second goal of the season. Preston have put distance between themselves and Luton, and they now face the remainder of this game, a full 39 minutes, playing 10 men of Luton, and they're 1-0 to the good as well. Simon Whaley, the back post, Patrick Agyemang, Nugent's in the box, but it'll be the big centre-backs they're looking for. It is in towards the middle, and Agyemang! Into the back of the net it goes! It's his 5th goal of the season, and given that this is only his 6th start, that is quite a record for the Preston striker. Preston 2, Luton Town 0, and well, I thought they were going to go for the big centre-backs, but it was quickly into the front post, and there was Agyemang. Knocks it in towards the edge of the area, and there's Sedgwick looking for some consolation after missing out. That penalty is ball into the centre, takes a deflection from the keeper, hits Ormerod, and ends up in the back of the net, and now it's 3-0 to Preston North End. Ormerod, Johnny on the spot to make it 3-0, and Sedgwick's curling ball in was not really dealt with in the fashion that Dean Brill would have wanted. Danny Dickey.
Fantastic, because I'm delighted for Brett. As I said, he's been working really hard in training this week. He's been looking really sharp, and that's what we've got Brett here for. He is a Johnny in the box. He is a sniffer around the goal area, and them little bits and pieces that come off the keeper, he's there for putting them in.
There's Sean St Ledger down the right hand side, and Graham Alexander picks up possession. The long ball forward, the flick on by Ormerod, and that's why he's there, to find Nugent. Nugent from distance produces an effort, and it's just onto the roof of the net. And Nugent, his instincts always to try an effort on goal, and from that distance even, he could almost find the target. Just onto the roof of the net, and that would have been some goal indeed. Well, Preston keep their clean sheet here. They're coming down the right-hand side again now, looking to open the scoring at the other end now as Nugent brings it down. It's cleared away, chested down the centre from Gutteridge. Gower helps it on. And there's Harold. Eastwood's in space down the right-hand side. Eastwood, right-footed, just, I think that hit the crossbar in the end. Carlo Nash on his front stick, almost caught out. Preston again with possession down the right-hand side. Good ball forward from St Ledger. It's into Agyemang, holds it off. There's St Ledger of all people, hits the post. Agyemang follows up, and Preston have the lead. 15 minutes in here at the Walker Stadium. It's Leicester City 0, Preston North End 1, and it's Patrick Agyemang who scores from 2 or 3 feet. A swift 1-2 from Agyemang, back to Sean St Ledger. A left-footed effort from the centre-back, hits the post, and Agyemang's the man there. McKenna will be the man to take. Neil goes for the wide option, and he gets it on that left flank. Left footer looking to get past 2 red and blue shirts. He takes it wide, cuts back in after shaping to cross, gets it to McKenna. McKenna, deep, wide-footed, curling ball towards a far post. Whaley was arriving, and it was just over the crossbar, and just behind him perhaps, and he had to get under it rather than over it to head it down. And well, it was a great curling cross towards that far post, and Preston, that was probably their best chance of the game, I would say, Andy. Pugh has the ball, left-footed, that's a good cross in towards the centre. Header from Nugent, Marshall stranded, and that's what we were talking about, delivery and the finishing header in the centre. A perfect cross that had Marshall stranded, and a header that he could only touch onto the crossbar. Preston have the lead through David Nugent. Preston 1, Coventry City 0. As they come down the right with Nugent, he's got plenty of players forward. Again, it's the wrong ball from Nugent. Look, He wanted a deep ball towards the far side, and Mawene was free. Instead, he poked the ball forward looking for Simon Whaley. Down the right-hand side it goes again, and this time it's Adebola in space. Cuts into the area. There's a left-footed shot, and there's the equaliser that we could see coming. Adebola in space, and he worked it into the centre on his own and fired a left-footed shot into the far corner. It's Preston 1, Coventry City 1. Well, that's been coming for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Just been pleased to get back on the score sheet though. Goals haven't been too forthcoming for you this season.
Yeah, it's a relief to get on the goal. You know, I mean, on the score sheet, you know, to keep and nearly saved it as also. I was delighted it went in. You know, so hopefully I can carry that on to next week.
Early pressure from Luton. Free kick to be swung into the centre. Arriving at the far stick. Luton almost turning that into an opportunity. They've still got the ball on that far side. And it's worked back into the box once more. It falls in the centre and knocked into the middle. Rowan Vine on just 2 minutes has opened the scoring for the home side, and they never really dealt with that set piece effectively. It was knocked back into the centre. Vine was in acres of space, and no mistake from the Luton Town striker. Launched forward by Dean Kiley, former buried player, along with the likes of David Nugent and Simon Whaley in the Preston ranks this afternoon. It's Luton who come forward with Vine playing it into space. And the last thing Preston wants is a second here for the home side. They're still not cleared it away. Preston's defence hesitant. Knocked into the centre, falls on the far stick. It's knocked into the back of the goal. And Carlos Edwards is there to make it Luton Town 2, Preston North End 0. And he was in acres of space at the far stick. Through the centre it comes. Birmingham down the left-hand side now. Ball forward towards the edge of the area. It's Jerome, back to McSheffrey, and he's opened the scoring. It's Gary McSheffrey on 32 minutes, and it's Birmingham 1, Preston 0, and Preston have been made to pay for missed opportunities, and the home side have taken their chance. Slotted ball into the corner. Carlo Nash couldn't get it. It was good layoff from Cameron Jerome, and McSheffrey made the most of it. And now Chilvers gets it back to Nash, and he's put Nash under pressure because forward comes McSheffrey, the man who's opened the scoring for Birmingham. It's not cleared away really, because Birmingham can bring this forward from the halfway line. McSheffrey's still there, onto the edge of the area. Is it 2? It is! Gary McSheffrey with 2 goals in 8 minutes, and Birmingham City are in complete control of this game. Birmingham City 2, Preston North End 0, and Preston have gone from dominating to really struggling here. Approaching half-time, is there a way back in for Preston? It's a deep one into the centre, keeper doesn't make it, and Brett Ormerod does, and Preston have found a way back in. Brett Ormerod fires it in from close range, as he does so often, and it's Birmingham City 2, Preston North End 1. It's no more than Preston deserve, because they've certainly had fair share of the action this afternoon so far. Taylor was nowhere near that. He flung out a fist at the ball and couldn't make connection. In fact, he was pushing and shoving as well, and there was Brett Ormerod. No mistake from him. Cleared away. Birmingham still looking to break. Through the centre they come. Opportunity here. Lots of yellow shirts back, but Birmingham attacking with purpose. That's a late challenge, but Bentner skips round it into McSheffrey. He takes a tumble again. That was a clumsy challenge, and this time referee Mr. Riley points to the spot. It was Sean St Ledger who came in. He made no contact with the ball. McSheffrey went down, and third time lucky for the Birmingham City striker, of course, is on a hat-trick. It was more of a body check really, but his arms were wrapped round McSheffrey, and Mr. Riley said that is enough for a penalty this time. It's the third penalty claim that McSheffrey's had, and now this is the chance he has to get a hat-trick. McSheffrey from the spot, Nash between the sticks, and McSheffrey scores, no mistake. McSheffrey will take the ball home tonight. That is hat-trick. It's Birmingham 3, Preston North End 1. Flicks on, header finds Elmer on the edge of the area. Laid it off, there's Pugh's left foot. Oh, what a tremendous finish that is! Acrobatics afterwards, and deserving of them. Danny Pugh smashes in a fantastic effort, and Preston take the lead. Callum Davidson, what a goal that was.
Oh, fantastic. So you're on half volley from the 20 yards out. A good layoff, I think it was from David Nugent or Brett. He just smashed it in the top corner. What a goal to go on to the game. Sort of needed something like this to get it going.
Manages to keep control of the ball, but then gives it away with a ball back towards William Nellis, and now Preston can come away. Good ball through. Ormerod this time has beaten the offside tap. He's gone round the keeper. All he has to do is finish. He taps it home, and Preston have a 2-0 lead. That time they ran the line. That time they exposed Plymouth, and now they're in control of this game. Callum, for once, Preston managed to run the offside trap.
Yeah, definitely. Lucky I said that they've done really well, because that's obviously just let Brett run through. They've tried to squeeze the game with no pressure on the ball. I think it was Danny Pugh put a great ball through. Brett's timed it well, round the keeper, and slot another.
Ormerod does well, plays a low ball into the centre, and it is cleared away in the end. Hales is doing a bit of defending, but he's dispossessed well by McKenna, who manages to get around 2 men. Oh, now he takes a tumble, and that is a penalty. But Paul McKenna just doing wonderful stuff on the edge of the box, skips round 2 Plymouth defenders, and then takes a tumble in the area and wins a penalty for Preston North End. Steps up and finishes well, and that's the 3rd of the season for him, the 3rd of the game for Preston, and it's a comfort zone now for North End. They really opened up Plymouth there with that skipping run from McKenna, and in the end they get the penalty they justly deserve. It's Preston 3, Plymouth Argyle 0. Through the centre, and it's St Ledger who'll have to come back to Matt Hill. He'll take his time and chip the ball in towards the centre. Does well. Difficult ball to defend. It falls to Dicchio, nods it back into the centre. There's Nugent for his 6th goal of the season, and Preston have the lead on 32 minutes. It's Preston 1, Colchester United 0. And Jamie, that was the big man, little man link up paying off there.
Yeah, it was great awareness from Danny Dicchio, because I thought from where he was he might go for goal himself, and he must have had a little look at the edge. He's laid it across, and to be fair, I've seen those missed on the half volley. They can finish up in the stand.
There's a ball down the left-hand side. Nugent holds it up, lays it off. McKenna pokes the ball through the centre. There's Nugent. Does well, does strongly there to try and hold the ball up, but taken off his toe in the end. There's Hartson. Plays the ball out wide, the experienced target man. Danger here for Preston North End. West Brom making inroads towards the edge of the area. Sedgwick cleans up and plays the ball away through the centre. All the way back we go to Russell Holt, and he launches the ball forward once more. Hartson gets it down into Phillips. Phillips lays it off. It's a chip ball towards the edge of the area, and a good turn in the centre onto his right foot, and a good curling effort, and a great opening goal from Jason Kumas, and he sent the home side into hysterics. West Bromwich Albion 1, Preston North End 0. Ball into the centre, chip ball, headed towards goal. In fact, it's headed back. Was that a pull on the back of the shirt? The referee says play on. Mr. Matheson unmoved. And now West Brom can come forward again. Danger here for Preston North End. It's down the left-hand side. West Brom pouring forward in numbers. Into the centre. Kamara makes it 2. 25 minutes in. And West Brom have really got a stranglehold here at the Hawthorns. It's West Bromwich Albion 2, Preston North End 0. And it's Diamansi Kamara, the danger man, who grabs a second. Preston rocked by that second goal. And again, they find themselves 2-0 down on their travels, and with it all to do if they want to find a way back into this game. Nash launches the ball forward. Dicchio tries to get underneath it. It's headed back to Pugh. Pugh cuts inside, lays it off. McKenna finds the ball outside to Hill. Hill with a good ball into the centre. It's above Nugent, and is that a handball on the edge of the area? The referee says it is, and the referee, Mr. Matheson, says that's a penalty. Now, was it inside the box or was it on the edge? I suspect it was just inside, and Paul Robinson is accused of handling by referee Mr. Matheson. It was Hill's ball into the centre. Now watch here, is he inside the area? Yes he is. It bounced up now. Was it a handball? It seemed to make contact with the upper part of his arm, and Graham Alexander has a chance from the spot to give Preston a lifeline. No mistake from the Preston skipper. He's not missed yet from the spot this season, and no mistake there either. West Bromwich Albion 2, Preston North End 1. He stepped up casually and found the net. Russell Holt guessed the right way but couldn't get on the end of it. Miller lays it off, the man on loan from Sunderland. Down the left-hand side, Hill with a chip ball towards the edge of the box, and it's flicked on, knocked back into the centre, is it? No, right-footed effort. There's Nugent on the edge of the 6-yard box to turn it home, and 10-man Preston have the most unlikely of equaliser. It was knocked into the centre, and Nugent is there. A ball into the centre, and with 67 minutes gone, it was Nugent who turned it home from close distance. In from the left-hand side in the meanwhile, Diamansi Kamara into the centre. West Brom can build patiently. Greening finds the man outside him. Late challenge left in there, and that's another late challenge from Alexander, and Preston have got to be careful here. They're already down to 10 men. They can't afford to lose another. And now they've got a free kick in a silly position, which they needn't have given away. And an opportunity from distance from Ellington. Oh, it's sneaked in, and Preston look like they're going to be denied by, well, a really haphazard goal. It was a difficult free kick, fired in low, and Nash couldn't stop it, sneaking it into the corner. Nathan Ellington, the Duke they call him. Well, he could have secured 3 points here against 10-man Preston. Ball worked into the centre, just minutes left to play, and Ellington's grabbed a second, and West Brom's fourth, and that has put the game beyond Preston North End. It's West Bromwich Albion 4, Preston North End 2. Still no score here as Preston look to change matters. It's Callum Davidson, preferred in the centre of midfield this afternoon, the experienced Preston player. It's a good ball into the centre. It's hooked towards the far post, and David Nugent is there on 36 minutes to make it Sunderland 0, Preston North End 1. And Preston have really got the Indian sign over Sunderland, and they take the lead here at the Stadium of Light. It was a good ball into the centre. Appeals for offside, not given. Ormerod found his strike partner on the far post, and he headed home from close range. And, well, the keeper, Darren Ward, you've got to question why he came out and was stranded on his front post. It was a good ball through the centre, but was Ormerod going towards goal? I doubt it. Nugent's on the edge of the area. Ormerod is joining him. Sedgwick cuts in towards the edge of the box. His left-footed shot deflects high into the air. Ormerod goes up for it, doesn't get there. Leacock does, and it's cleared away, but only as far as Callum Davidson, who tries to lay it off, and it's intercepted, and Barnes can bring it away down the left-hand side. He's got support down the right as well, into the feet of Stead. Stead plays it down the right-hand side. Loitering on the far end is Howard. There's the left-footed shot. It falls to Howard, and he's knocked it into the back of the net. I think it was pretty inadvertently. Nash stretched for it, he got a hand to it, and it fell to Howard, and it was just there at the right spot, at the right time. Into the back of the goal it goes, and Preston find themselves in the unusual position of being a 0-0 down at home. Crucial game, of course, at the top of the table, and they can't afford to lose. They're not accustomed to being behind at home. Stead's turned well on the edge of the box. Has he won a penalty? Yes, he has. Stead brought down, and Probert had no hesitation but to point to the spot. It looked to me like it was borderline, but now Derby County have got an opportunity to put real distance between themselves and the home side. Well, what a terrible start to this second half for the home side. Preston find themselves 1-0 down and facing a second here. Carlo Nash makes Howard wait with a bit of gamesmanship. Everybody is back behind the line. Howard steps up right-footed. Nash gets a hand to it, but it still creeps in. And he's away to the right-hand side to celebrate his second inside 2 minutes. And Preston have got a real uphill battle to get back into this game. Whaley has the ball onto his right foot towards Nugent. Gets the ball taken off his toe. Nugent going up for the ball, not really looking at it, more looking at the player, but gets away with it. Lays it off, and now it's Alexander coming in. St Ledger, of all people, dashing forward into the centre. Low ball into the middle, falls to Nugent, who taps it home, and a lifeline for Preston. Nugent grabs hold of the ball after scoring his 9th of the season, and Preston have a lifeline here. Preston 1, Derby County 2. Can they get their way back into this game? Well, there is time. 12 minutes to avoid the first defeat in 32 home games. As Ledbetter brings it through the middle and switches play onto that left side. Now it's into the middle again. This time it's a good interception from Davidson, taking the ball off the toe of Hyson. That's a good ball through to Nugent. Nugent has to leave it. Ormerod's got round the keeper this time. He must score. One defender in front of him. He slots him round him and into the corner. And he makes amends for that glaring miss just a few minutes ago. This time he made no mistake. The keeper was stranded. And Neil Mellor, well, this time he made no mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great through ball from Callum, and I thought Nugent was going to get on the end of it, and Brett's took it, and the keeper's gambled, just ground him, and it's been very cool. He could have hit it first time. You know, the defender's gambled, and he just slotted it past him with a lovely calm finish, and you know, it makes up for his miss just a short time ago.
Ball into the centre. Chilvers arrives and Preston break the deadlock on 55 minutes. Liam Chilvers with his 2nd of the season, and that could be a crucial goal for Preston North End. The centre-back arriving at the far stick to head down and into the top corner. Eventually, Preston have the lead, and that wasn't the prettiest of goals, but how crucial is it? Headed down and into the goal. Right-hand side, Stoke looking to pressurise with a throw now, and they'll launch it in towards the area. It was towards Pericard, but couldn't find him. Dewberry knocks it back in towards the centre where Sidibe is, and it falls, and a right-footed effort which Nash can't keep out, and it's into the back of the goal, and Preston, well, they're 1-0 down. Well, Preston stunned into silence, the fans here, after that early goal. Through the centre it goes, and not dealt with at all. Nash flashing at him, but can't get on the end of it. Is it into the back of the goal, or was it headed away? The referee says it was, and Preston find themselves 2-0 down. Sidibe nodding it home, and Preston were all over the place at the back. And this is a disastrous start to this game. It's Ormerod on the front post. It's over both and in towards Chilvers and Hill. Hill, I think, got his head on it, but cleared away by Sidibe. Towards the halfway line, and Alexander picks it up and he'll bump it back in towards the area. In fact, it's a low ball forward to McKenna, who can play it out wide. Preston trying to build down the right. There's a right-footed effort from McKenna, and what an effort it was! Slide rule effort into the corner of the goal, and Preston are back in with a shout. Youl Mawene sat alongside me. That was a sweet, sweet goal.
Great goal, great striker, you know, and I think we've been putting a bit of pressure on them for the past, 7-10 minutes, I would say, and we can score against them, definitely. You can tell, so let's try and get back to the game now.
Alexander with McKenna inside, but opts for the ball towards Whaley. Whaley's done well to shadow the ball and help it down the right-hand side. He's done well again to win possession. Pulls it back. Right-footed effort from Nugent. Was that handball? The ref says no. Nugent can't believe it. And Preston pick up possession again. Well, that was a great opportunity for Preston. Nugent with the effort after Whaley had done well. That's exactly why Paul Simpson's brought him into proceedings. It's back out wide with him against once more now. Whaley onto his right foot. Good ball into the centre. There's Nugent. And there's the equaliser. Simon Whaley delivers it into the centre, and David Nugent says thank you very much and gets his 10th of the season. It's Preston 2, Stoke City 2, and it's game on here at Deepdale.
Yeah, exactly. I would say it's more like it. It's more like us, attacking wise and quality wise. We haven't been up the league, for all this year for nothing. And I think in the second half we show what we're all about.
So Preston back in a chance for 3 points here. Can he produce something in the final moments here? He's a player full of tricks and certainly knows where the back of the net is. Plays the ball down the right. Whaley tries to rush his man off the ball. He's done well and forced the corner. And you can sense the Preston crowd urging their team forward. 2 minutes left to play. As the stage set for Michael Ricketts. It's a deep one into the centre. The keeper flaps, and it's turned into the back of the goal on the front post. I can't quite make out who touched it, but Preston have got the third. Preston are in the lead with just 2 minutes left to play, and they've completed a remarkable comeback. Preston lead by 3 goals to 2. Who'd have thought it? Into that front post it went, and it was turned into the back of the goal. As the keeper flapped at it, and I think it could be, is it Wilson on the far side that's turned it in? Crystal Palace coming forward now, through the centre, outside of the boot. It's a good ball into space. Palace pressuring, Preston on the back foot. Kept in just by the touchline. It's a ball into the centre, which is controlled and brought away. And Preston come through the middle, and Nugent is there. A man tipped to go all the way in the Premiership. He's got a big price on his head. He's skipped past 1, through 2 really, and towards the edge of the area. He's going to go all the way here. David Nugent has gone all the way, and that's why he's got a great price tag on his head. The Preston North End striker produces what is probably the goal of the season, and that's a moment of genius from David Nugent. And, well, certainly the Crystal Palace defenders did not know where the ball was going next. He got through 2, cut it onto his right foot, through the area, and there was just no stopping him. Through the middle, he got a bit of a lucky bounce at the end, but you make your own luck in this game, and David Nugent shows us just what he's capable of. The corner swung in by Neil, chipped one towards the far post. Wilson's there, and Wilson has scored for Preston North End. Kelvin Wilson puts the game beyond Crystal Palace, surely. David Nugent's goal was complicated. Kelvin Wilson's was the most simplistic. A tap in at the far post. He met it first time. Still had a lot to do to get through a crowd of players on the line. Colchester building once more. Ball into the edge of the area. Header comes in. Still can't break Preston down. Down the left-hand side, it's the home side that are probing. Preston on the back foot. Deep ball into the centre, comes out, right-footed effort, not cleared away, and out comes Lonergan. And has he taken that out of play on the far side? The referee says yes, he has, and that's a corner. Right-footed ball into the centre, header comes in, and that is the opening goal. Gary Richards on 67 minutes with the header from a set piece, and is that the simplest of goals to separate these two sides? Sheffield Wednesday with the ball down the right-hand side. Kept in play, just. Done well there as it's poked forward and picked up by Dion Burton. Long-range effort, oh, and it sneaked in and underneath Andy Lonergan. Dion Burton on 4 minutes from distance. It looked like a something-and-nothing shot, really. And perhaps it took an awkward bobble for Andy Lonergan, but it sneaked in. The home side out the lead early on. Preston trying to force their way back in. It's cleared towards the halfway line. Picked up by Lee Bullen. He lays it back, and Nugent making a pest of himself, and he's pretty much won the ball back single-handedly. Ormerod got the touch, but it was Nugent's making, and he's got the ball back here. Right-footed in from the far stick towards the far stick, and there's Ormerod, the man who was involved from the start, appearing right on the line to nod it home. It was Nugent's ball into the centre, nodded back in from the far stick, and there was Brett Ormerod to poke it home. Young Preston with a chance to score before half-time. Skipping forward is Nugent, in towards the area, and Nugent opens the scoring. He shouldn't have been able to beat Crossley on the near stick, but he has done. Coming forward fully 40 yards out when he picked up the ball into the area. A challenge was too late coming in, and he managed to slot it in at the near post. Crosley couldn't get there, Bullen was caught short, and Preston have a lead just before half-time. Now Wednesday can't afford to give up another goal here as Pugh has possession for Preston into the area. Ormrod's there, Nugent's there for his second of the game, and that surely will be enough for the points here. 10 minutes into the second half, and David Nugent poked the ball home from short distance. It was a good ball into the centre, and again it's that combination of Ormrod and Nugent combining well up front and forcing the ball home.
For me, it's at home. I think when Preston play their best football for the last 2-3 years I've been here, we always get the ball really wide, and then we get the ball in the box. It makes the game big, and we can pass it about. But at the moment, we're just lacking that. I think we're just lacking that little bit of width. It's a hard job to have Sedgy and Pewey to go wide every time we've got the ball on that side. It's a hard shift for them to do. So it'll be interesting to see how the game pans out.
Now Wolves have it with the ball down the left-hand side. Keogh is inside and in the area, onto his right foot, and stopped by, I think, Kelvin Wilson, and again, in fact, it's Hill, and again he makes a stop, and this time it's a right-footed effort, and it's into the back of the net. Olofinjana scores. Hill stopped twice on the line, but it fell eventually to Olofinjana, who fired it into the corner. It's going to be swung in left-footed and towards the front post. It's low and it's flicked past Lesrick. It's there, and there's a right-footed effort from Nugent turning it into the net. Preston have the early lead in the FA Cup, and it's David Nugent, the man on fire, to turn it into the top corner. Preston 1, Manchester City 0, and Callum, David Nugent was just in the right place at the right time.
Exactly, that's a man on form at the moment. You know, he's in the right place, right time. The corner play wasn't the best then. Everyone left. I think Michael Ricketts actually flicked it on. You just stand there, you might come put it in the roof of the net. Brilliant start for Preston.
And there is the option of Trabelsi used. Lays it off. Richards back to Dunn. Somewhat ironical jeers from the City fans as they string a few passes together. Ironic as Preston get a foot in from Hill, and the Preston fans retaliate with a cheer of their own. Down the right with Trabelsi, he's got support from Barton. Trabelsi with the ball into Karadi, who turns left-footed, hits it, and it's off the post. There's a sweet shot, it's come back out, and this time it's in, and it's hit low and hard, and it comes to ball, I think, on the far side and deflects off the woodwork into the goal, and it's all square. Manchester City draw them back into the cup tie. 6 minutes or so left to play here. Ball will take the throw. It's a long one in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Flicks on. Samaras, can he turn and force a shot on goal? It's in! Somehow he's managed to bundle it into the back of the net. Samaras turning the long throw into the centre, into the goal, and Preston's hearts broken in the FA Cup. It has been a very close affair. There's been very little to choose between the two sides.
Yeah, definitely very little at all. I think the game, as you said, could go either way, and I think they're quite right, you know.
That's a long-range effort, and it's found the back of the net. Manchester City have a 3-1 lead, and it's Ireland with a sweet volley from the edge of the area, which I think no one was really expecting. Lonergan at full stretch couldn't get there, and that spells the end of Preston North End's FA Cup adventure for another season, because there's no coming back from that, Callum. Thrown out and controlled by Nugent. Finds the feet of Pavel Pergl. It's a good effort, and it's a fantastic goal by the debutant. The ex-Sparta Prague man has proved his worth within half an hour here at Preston North End. A superb debut goal for the Czech player, and Preston North End have the lead. Preston North End 1, Norwich City 0. Youl Mawene alongside me. What a crisp strike that was.
That was a great strike, you know. I mean, I think he looked confident, you know, since the start, you know, comfortable on the ball and sure of himself, and he didn't think twice, 25 yards out, and great strike.
Good ball out wide from Lappin, which was intercepted, and that's a good ball forward looking for Paul McKenna finds him. McKenna tries to play the ball forward. Foot in, dispossesses, but Wilson's there. Back to McKenna, and sharp play by Preston down the right-hand side. Opens things up. Wilson back to McKenna, into Dickio, and there's the second! Lovely passing play from Preston North End, opening up Norwich City. And there's Danny Dickio with his 5th goal of the season, slotting it into the corner to make it Preston North End 2, Norwich City 0. And Youl Mawene, that was a lovely passing goal.
Great play again, coming from the right. I think it's Kelvin Wilson who overlapped on this occasion and put it back to Kena. And great finish from Dickio.
And now there's play to go on. Corner swung in. Header comes in, and it's a goal for Norwich City. They found a way back in. It was Shackle arriving, and Jason Shackle has given Norwich City a lifeline. Away down the right side they come, with options as well. Plenty of blue shirts in the centre, knocked in, right-footed effort, and it's the opening goal, and it's Whittingham with a finish, right-footed, and found the back of the net. Preston North End find themselves behind on the stroke of half-time, just a minute to go. Whittingham with the ball into the centre, bouncing around, and Peel's in the centre, not given, as Cardiff again looking to build on that lead. A crucial time, the opening goal. Preston now looking to recover, and they've got an opportunity here, and that's a poor challenge, and referee Mr. Kettle, no hesitation at all, pointed straight to the spot, and the man Liam Chilvers caught short as he stretched for that ball, couldn't make contact, and now a real opportunity for Cardiff to get a stranglehold on this game. It's going to be from the spot. Chopra, right-footed, no mistake. 2-0 to Cardiff. Chopra, the hitman, opening a wide gap between these two sides. Long ball through the centre. Good flick on, and well, there's got to be an appeal for a penalty there as well, surely. Muller pushed to the ground. Again, Mr. Kettle points to the spot. Within the space of 60 seconds, we've got 2 penalties here at Nugent Park, and well, this game has sprung into life in miserable conditions, certainly adding to the entertainment. Alexander from the spot to give Preston a chance. They're back in it, no mistake from the Preston skipper, high into the roof of the net, and it's Cardiff 2, Preston North End 1. No hesitation at all, straight down the middle, confident, and giving Preston a lifeline. And now already a chance for Cardiff City. Worked into the centre, not cleared, and headed into the goal by Johnson. Cardiff City re-established that 2-goal lead. We've had 3 goals in 3 minutes. A remarkable sequence of events here at Nugent Park. Cardiff in control at the moment. 3 goals to 1. They lead. Kept in on that left touchline. They're coming away again as well. Opportunity here for Cardiff if they can capitalise. Kept in play. Wonderful piece of skill. Pulled back, and Chopra finishes. And it's 2 for Chopra. And well, that has got to finish off Preston's hopes of anything this evening. Cardiff lead by 4 goals to 1. Ball into the area here. Chips down that right-hand side. Ricketts heads it into the centre. Flicked on again by Nugent. Miller's there. Comes out to Nugent. There's Miller, and there's the opening goal of the game. It's the first goal of his Preston career for Youl Mawene, poking it home from very close distance. There was not much remarkable about it, but it will always stick in his memory. His opening goal for Preston North End, and it gives Preston a crucial lead just before half-time. Preston North End 1, Southampton 0. Bale now with a good curling ball into the centre. Good strong header away. Comes back out to right. Good effort. Only the parry from the keeper. Lonergan makes a second save. It's off the crossbar. Is it in? The flag is up. And the referee says that the ball has gone into the net. And it's Raziak, I think, that got the final touch. 2 reaction saves for Lonergan were not enough. Surman into the feet of Raziak. Raziak turning, Polish striker into the feet of Surman. Good stuff from those two, and a lovely challenge to dispossess. And now Preston come away down the right hand side. Ajuman had it with Nugent in space if he can find him, and he has done. Nugent 1-on-1 with the keeper, cuts inside onto his right foot, and that is a lovely finish from David Nugent for his 13th league goal of the season. Lovely play between Ajuman and Nugent, cool as you like, despite the onrushing defender and the keeper, cut inside and then played it with the outside of his right boot into the goal, and Preston re-established that 2-1 lead. And Brett, how cool was David Nugent there?
It was a great, I thought he took it too far, to be honest. I think everyone was willing to shoot, but with great composure, cut inside and a little flick with the outside of the foot. That's different class, that.
Pugh launching onto it, he's done well, he's won it back again. Ajuman's outside him if he can find him. The ball wasn't great, Ajuman will get on the end of it, he's got support behind him. He'll find it difficult to find him, although he has done. Great ball from him, good ball into the centre, and it's knocked in for an own goal on the far side. I think it was Ben who got the final touch. It was a dangerous ball into the centre, and made really by the persistence of Ajuman down the far side. A good threaded ball through for him, and in the end Ben it was that bundled it over the line for Preston's third. It's Preston 3, Southampton 1.
Probably wasn't the best goal you've ever scored, but it all means the same, doesn't it?
Don't start taking it away from me. No, I mean, it was good as well because there was chances that I could have scored as well, and in a few weeks' time when I start getting fitter, then I'll start getting on the end of them and putting them away. But that was just a little poacher's goal, and that's what most of my goals are really. So it was nice to get one.
Ball into the centre, and a header, an open man on the far stick, and it's Forster on the half hour, heading it into the back of the goal, and he was completely unmarked. That's a good foot in, and now Preston can come away. Oh, that's a poor ball across the edge of the area, dangerous position to give the ball away, and Hull looking to capitalise. Down the right hand side they come, good ball into the centre, rising header on the far stick into the middle, and it's 2-0. And under 70 minutes, Livermore stretching the lead for the home side. Up goes Chilvers. And Alexander hooks the ball away. Still Preston not quite settling at the moment. Need to string up a few passes around. They have it now with a good ball down this left-hand side from Sedgwick. Neat footwork from him to find Pugh. Pugh plays a first-time ball into the centre. Ricketts is in there with a powerful header, and his first goal for Preston North End. Michael Ricketts with a towering header on the far side of the area. A lovely lofted cross into the box from Danny Pugh, and Preston lead by a goal to nil. Looks like he's going to launch it into the box in the end. Pugh flicks it on, it's behind Nugent but too far in front of Ormerod. Comes back out, Sedgwick finds Ormerod, falls to David Nugent, right-footed, opens the scoring. David Nugent with his 14th of the season gives Preston North End a crucial lead in this local derby. It's Preston 1, Burnley 0. Almost finds Elliott takes a quick throw and Lafferty goes for it, appeals for a penalty, went down a little bit easily, and the referee doesn't produce a card for Lafferty for that dive and says play on. In the meantime, Nugent's gone up the other end and he's got support from Ormerod, and in the centre Ajuman, he lays it to Ajuman, he's got a free effort on goal here. Patrick Ajuman makes it 2, a goal made by David Nugent, and Preston put daylight between themselves and their local rivals. It was a lovely finish and deserved as well after Nugent did well cutting in from the left hand side. It's Preston 2, Burnley 0. Long throw from Wilson, cleared away, and now Preston can capitalise once more. Opportunity here, Ormerod's on the edge of the area, he's fed into it. Ormerod finishes in style, and Brett Ormerod opens the scoring for Preston North End, and dreams of another 4-1 scoreline are alive here at Ellen Road as Preston North End take an early lead through Brett Ormerod. And is this a sign of a turnaround in Preston North End's form? Brett Ormerod slotting the ball home. It's Leeds United 0, Preston North End 1. And again, Preston defensively on the back foot into the area. An opportunity to hit one from here, comes back out, and there's Blake, and on the far post he's equalised 6 minutes into the second half, and there's Blake to poke it home on the far stick. It's Leeds 1, Preston North End 1. Leeds coming forward and spreading the play well as well, and now Preston have got a bit of defending to do here. Is there some life in this game left yet? A bit of a shove in the centre, not given, pushing at the back stick, and that ball's in the back of the net. Will the referee let it stand? He will. It's Healy, of all people, who's grabbed the winner, surely, on 89 minutes. There has to be questions over the legality of the goal, because there were surely some pushing and shoving on that far stick. And now it's a long ball forward for QPR and an opportunity. Left-footed. Oh, what a rocket! No stopping that from Blackstock. And QPR have the opener here. Alexander Chilvers, St Ledger, all expected to get on the end of this. There's a header though, they haven't done, and it's Kuki with the opener. Just 15 minutes in, Shefki Kuki makes it Crystal Palace 1, Preston North End 0. We called for concentration, there wasn't any there, and Preston let down in the marking department once again. Preston with a rocky start in their travels to London. Right-footed ball into the centre, another opportunity, oh, and it's an even better effort. This time it's Kuki once more, right-footed effort, and taken with consummate ease, it has to be said. Palace look like scoring again and again. Ball whips into the centre, header comes in, and that is the third. We've been waiting for it, and it's Leon Court, the big defender, with the header, and it's Crystal Palace 3, Preston North End 0. Launches it forward. Alexander gets underneath it, does well. And there's Wilson battling away the back with a handful that is Matt Harrold. Campbell Rice comes forward, steps over the ball a couple of times, finds the touchline and plays it into the centre, and a good last-minute header gets it away, and then McCormack hesitates and just manages to give Sedgwick enough of the ball to get back into things. Mayer tries a long-range effort, and it's good enough to get past Lonergan, and the Southend skipper opens the scoring here from distance. Swung into the centre, and there's a header of short St Ledger, and Preston are back in the game. And it was the big centre back who came in the far stick and nodded into the back of the goal. It's Preston 1, Southend United 1, and all of a sudden Preston can see the 3 points once more.
There's a good in-swinging corner. They've just done well to get across his man, and that's his first goal to the...
Southend still very much in this game as Mayer plays it forward, looking for Matt Howard. That is a superb challenge from Wilson, timing it well, and that's a good ball forward, finding Nugent. Dicchio is in the centre, Agerman in support as well, as Nugent makes his way into the area. Does he need support? He finds Dicchio, first time he heads to defend, deflects up the defender, and it's a handball, and the referee has no hesitation at all, points to the spot, and now a chance for skipper Graham Alexander to score a very decisive goal indeed. That is going to be, I think, a card as well at the back. I think it was Adam Barrett who stuck his arm up. Perhaps it was instinct. Alexander to step up. He's got 5 from the spot already this season, looking for his 6th. Graham Alexander against Flahaven. Alexander scores! It's a vital goal for Preston North End. Graham Alexander, cool, calm and collected. And how important might that goal be? Preston North End desperate for 3 points this afternoon, and they find themselves 2 goals to 1 up after going 1-0 down. Corner punched across the face of goal, and Lonergan punched it away, and there's a right-footed effort, a spectacular goal, and guess who? Alan McCormack, on his return to Preston North End, has scored an absolute screamer from distance, and Southend, well, they've pulled it back. Is there anything left in this game? We've pretty much had it all so far, and it's picked up by Gower. Gower cuts inside onto his left foot and is dispossessed by Soli, who again proves his worth in the middle of midfield. He finds Ajiman, and Ajiman is away down the right-hand side. 3 red shirts trailing in his wake. Cuts inside into the area, tries to pretty much go it alone, but there was Barrett to clear the ball away. Now Southend playing a bit of football in their own half and being caught out as Pugh dispossesses. Finds Alexander into the feet of Ajiman, tries to poke it round his man, he can't find him, and it's cleared away. And it really is agonising to watch for Preston fans as they come down the left-hand side again. Campbell Rice coming forward for Southend. Into the feet of Harold, who helps it on. Into Gower. Gower, who is dispossessed eventually, comes back out to Mayer, who's already grabbed one. He tries for a second, and he's done it! And he's broken Preston hearts! And it's another stunning goal from the Southend captain. And Southend have stolen 3 points in time added on for stoppages. Glorious sunshine, and hopefully Preston will make hay. Ball down that right-hand side. Good turn. A nice, perhaps somewhat fortunate turn from Nugent again. This time there's a bit of skill involved. He switches play well, and Alexander, cool as you like, with his head bandaged, turns and plays it down the right side. There's Sedgwick coming forward. It's a good opportunity. Left-footed effort. Oh, what a cracking goal from Sedgwick, cutting in from the right-hand side. And Preston start this game at an electric pace. And it's Sedgwick, the man who's deserved to get a goal for so long, cutting in from the right onto his left and firing it into the corner. Preston in confident mood now. Foraging forward once more, right-footed effort, sprays wide, and Sedgwick's there again. Lovely turn by the confident right midfielder. Into the centre, there's the header. Sedgwick, scorer, turns provider. David Nugent with the goal, and Preston have a 2-goal lead inside 20 minutes. David Nugent on 17 makes it Coventry 0, Preston North End 2. Now, Preston pouring forward once more. They're all over Coventry. It's a completely different Preston side. Ball into the centre. No free kick. That's a great effort into the middle and slotted home. Brett Ormerod makes it 3. We were going to appeal for the free kick, but Ormerod took his chance before anybody could even say play on. Slotted into the corner, and Preston North End have a comfort zone of 3-0. And what a different Preston side this is this afternoon. And the difference has been taking those opportunities when they've come up. Nugent battling for it, and in the end a somewhat fortunate effort. In fact, it's fallen to Ormerod. Oh, and he's going to get a comical second. Goodness knows how that happened. It was a ball back to the keeper, and he should have got hold of it, Marshall, but somehow, in the clatter of bodies, it spewed through his legs, and there was Ormerod to say thank you very much indeed. Preston North End make it 4-0, and well, it has been an exciting afternoon, and those are absolute gifts. A free kick which will be taken by Newton, right-footed in towards the centre, not cleared away, and it's turned into the goal by Johansson, and Preston are rocked in the final minutes of this game. They've surrendered this 3 points opportunity against Leicester City, a side that still aren't guaranteed Championship football next season. It's a high ball in towards the centre, bouncing around, still not cleared away. Referee has pointed to the spot, has he? Yes, he has. Handball on the edge of the area, and no hesitation. It's going to be a spot kick, and it could be potentially catastrophic for Preston North End. Could really push them out of the playoffs if results elsewhere go against them, and he scored Henderson went the right way and he was just inches away from getting a hand to it. Ebanks Blake celebrates. Set piece down the left, looking to get a second here. A deep ball into the middle, brought down and turning into space. Henderson stretches and it's turned home by Barry Hales, and Plymouth have a 2-goal lead, and that has surely got the 3 points for the home side. Preston North End's playoff hopes are hanging by a thread. It's down to the final minutes of the season to see if Preston get into the place. They've got an opportunity. Simon Whaley stealing in. He's gone round the keeper. Simon Whaley has scored. There's hope for Preston North End yet. Simon Whaley fights the back of the net, and Preston North End take the lead. Preston North End 1, Birmingham City 0, and Simon Whaley steals in something from nothing to give Preston the lead. But is it all for naught? Now our attention must turn to St Mary's, where Southampton play Southend, and if Southend can produce something, Preston will find themselves in the playoffs. It doesn't matter for the time being because Preston fans celebrate jubilantly here at Deepdale.
Well, Paul, you did your job today, but in the end it was just one step too far.
Yeah, it was. That's true to say. We did our job today, but we haven't done our job over recent weeks, recent months. We could probably even go back to. I think everybody's played the part today. I think all the players have performed magnificently. I think the fans have been absolutely superb today, created a magnificent atmosphere inside the ground. My question, and in particular to the players, is where's that been? Why hasn't that been shown at home to Leicester and at home to Southend and away at Luton and away at Leeds and away at Hull City? Where was it then? And to be the best, to be at the top, you have to do it day in, day out. And unfortunately, that level of performance that we've shown today hasn't been there over recent weeks, and that's what's cost us.
Was that the best performance you've seen in terms of absolute sheer desire today?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think the training has been as well of late. We've got ourselves into a corner here that unfortunately we couldn't get out of, and it should never have happened. And I've talked about it. I've talked till I'm blue in the face of the players, and I've just said to everybody in there, no doubt I'll get the blame for it, but they have to look at why didn't they do that in recent games? Why haven't they played with that desire? Why haven't we been able to go and run at players like we've done? Why haven't we gone through tackles? Why haven't we won headers? Why haven't we had that quality? And those are the questions that I've asked, and unfortunately we've now got a hell of a long time to be able to answer those questions. And all I can hope is that the players who come back in July for pre-season training have got answers to them and can come and do something about it next year. I've got nothing to be satisfied about today. I don't want to go and celebrate. I'm not being ignorant by not coming out and applauding the fans, but I'm not celebrating. I'm as angry and as disappointed as I've ever been in my whole career, and I've had some rubbish in my career, but I'm not satisfied being 7 because we have chucked this away, and that's the only feeling that I've got.